Never would have guessed that the end of our video would have looked the way it does, but oh well, but sorry. My name is Sarah Schellenberger, and I live in Oklahoma, in the United States. I'm a teacher. Yeah, I live on a farm, and my husband and I we love animals and have lots of rescue animals, so kind of have a farm full of rescue animals. Scott and I met in college. We both knew that we wanted kids. We started trying right as soon as we got married, and everybody just said, oh, give it like 6 months, maybe a year. Like it's natural for it to take a while. After a few months of trying, they basically just told us that our best option was IVF. It had been really hard for us up until we found Barbados because we just couldn't get comfortable with either the treatment plan or the cost. I think the videos helped us so much because we didn't feel so alone, and it didn't feel like it was just this far out medical procedure that neither one of us knew anything about. We were excited to be a part of it because the videos made such an impact on us that I think, when you had asked if we'd be open to it, we felt like of course we would, because the videos helped us so much that if our video would somehow help somebody else, that would be our honor. But that first video, it's a little nerve-wracking because you don't know how it's all going to unfold. You just sit there and you wonder, like, what's the end of our video going to look like? So never would have guessed that the end of our video would have looked the way it does, but sorry.
You want me to start?
Sure.
Okay. I'm Sarah, and we live in Oklahoma.
I'm Scott, and then we live in Oklahoma, outside.
So I said
Okay.
Texas.
Yeah, I don't know what else.
When it came time to get married and have a family, we didn't expect it to be a struggle.
IVF is not something that we originally ever would have planned on doing.
It's given me a lot more confidence. I'm excited for our second round. We've had the best days that we've had in a really long time, where even though we're in the thick of IVF right now, I've actually had a couple days here that I haven't really thought about IVF that much, and that's crazy to me. So, but it's just been wonderful.
We've just really enjoyed our time here, relaxing, and it's been very laid back.
Scott and I came down in December and did our first retrieval and ended up getting we decided to do genetic testing and ended up getting one genetically normal embryo, which we were just so excited about. We found out, it was like a week before Christmas, and it was just like the best holiday for us. One normal embryo does not guarantee a pregnancy, a birth, so we went ahead and planned a second retrieval at the beginning of February of 2020. My mom ended up going to Barbados with me for the second retrieval. I talked to Scott right before we left and just told him that I would call him as soon as I landed, and he told me he loved me and have a safe flight. When I landed in Toronto, my phone just started going crazy. Then voicemails started coming through, and I saw one from his mom, and so I listened to that, and she was very upset and just said that Scott was teaching and he had a heart attack. He was in the ICU and he was hooked up to life support and hadn't been responsive. Got to Oklahoma City the next day, and they took me back. A nurse took me back to where he was, and he's just hooked up to life support, and my mom and dad went with me, and we were just talking to him and telling him that we're waiting for him, and I'm home. And a few hours later, the neurologist came out and asked to speak to me and said, we have the results, we'd like to go over them with you. So some members from my parents and Scott's family, we gathered into this waiting room, and he just came out and said, basically, he's brain dead. And I couldn't I couldn't believe it. And all of us I just covered my face, and I just couldn't believe it. And February 21st of 2020, he passed away. So. There was never a doubt in my mind that I still wanted to continue along with the process. We had worked so hard to get that one embryo, and 6 months, almost to the day after he passed, I flew to Barbados for the transfer. Scott and I decided that we wanted to transfer in order of retrieval, and we were so excited to find out that our first embryo is a boy, and that's who I'm transferring tomorrow. Which I'm very excited about, very optimistic, and really ready for him. I'm just so thankful that we did start the IVF process when we did, because it's brought us to this point. And without it, it would be, my world would be darker without this chance. So I'm really excited for tomorrow. Yeah, last few days have been great. They've been exciting. I transferred on Monday, and it's just pretty surreal to think about all that's happening, or hopefully happening. So just been resting, taking it easy, and just enjoying my last few days here before I go home tomorrow. So, but been feeling good, and I'm excited. The 2-week wait. Yeah, here we go. So everybody says the 2-week wait is like terrible, and it is. I mean, it's such a weird place mentally, because part of me wanted to test so badly, but then the other part of me never wanted to test, because if it was bad, like if it was good news, I couldn't wait to have the happiest day ever. But if it was bad news, I wasn't ready to have another horrible day and then figure out, okay, what now? Like, what does this mean now? And so I just decided I'm just gonna do it. And like right away, it was a very strong line, and I just lost it. So I just could not believe it. And I just went running out of my room. My mom was in the kitchen, and I just remember saying, "Mom," and she, what's wrong? And I just started crying and just said, "I'm pregnant." And on May 3rd, I had like the most beautiful baby boy. So yeah, I'm so thankful for him. So, he's just the light of my life, and he reminds me of Scott so much. He's just the best thing that's ever happened to me, and I feel alive again. I feel like I'm inspired to be the best version of myself so that I can be a good mom to Hayes. He's just the most incredible gift. So, yeah, so BFC will always hold such a special place in my heart because of just the role that y'all played and like giving me my son, and in so many ways it feels like giving me my life back. I had just lost so much, and honestly never thought that I would smile again. There was a point when we were at the hospital, and I remember Scott's dad saying, "Will we ever laugh again?" He just makes me so happy. So he's just helped me heal in so many ways, and I feel like I'm alive again, and I'm really, really thankful for that.
I guess I would just say to someone that you can do it. Okay. Maybe we should have brought them a smoothie. Take a little break.